Hello my dear friends and welcome to the Cory monthly painting journey of January, which I know January isn't technically over yet, but I'm confident that I am not going to paint any more model than the one that I'm going to show you right now in this video, so might as well publish this video right now. So, how many models did I painted this month? Well, not as many as I would have loved to, but the reason is that I have dedicated myself to 3D printing because I shamefully got into this new thing and now I'm printing my own miniatures. Not only I'm buying miniatures, I also made miniatures in my home, so my backlog is never going to end, if not with my life. Now, maybe I will still have miniatures to paint even if I die. Oh boy. But anyway, let me show you what I painted this month. And let's start with the thing that I hope most of you have already seen, which is the video that I did in which I painted my bone singer that you see right here. Well, what can I say? I'm happy to have finally painted this little model. It was sitting in my backlog for like ages now. And I'm so happy to see him painted and ready to be displayed, even though I don't know if I am ever going to play with him, because the Bone Singer is a legend unit and so the rules aren't updated. And, well, it's a shame, because as I said in that video, I love this model. It is a beautiful, beautiful piece, and I would really love to see it updated, not only with new rules, but also with a new model, maybe in plastic, because this one in metal was a nightmare. It was so fragile. I have to be very careful while painting and building, especially this model, because it was so fragile. I was terrified about snapping and breaking some part of it. Maybe because technically this could be a recasted model, because I don't remember metal to be so brittle and so bendable and easy to break. At least I remember not metal be like this. Let me know down in the comments if this was something common back in the day. Metal miniatures generally tend to be more sturdy, more durable. This one was extremely fragile. But if you want to see how I painted this model, just go up there in the upper left corner, click there, or go down in the description. I will leave the link to the video also if you want to check it out, with also other things that you may be interested. I don't know, check it out and let me know. Alright, more Eldar, and this time I'm proud to show you my very first 3D printed miniature. This kind of a Eldar Spiritseer, Warlock, maybe both, maybe none of the two, I don't know, it depends. Let me know what you think about it. Let me just say, beside the paint job, this miniature, since it is 3D printer, I was speechless, literally. The amount of details, the crispiness, the sharpness of the details that were printed, I couldn't believe myself. For example, if you look at his left leg, you will see a gold chain with gems and stuff attached to it. That's not free-handed. Those are 3D printed details. Maybe for you this is normal because you already have a 3D printer, but for me it's like handing a computer to a caveman. I couldn't believe myself. Also, that such fragile models can be printed without any problems. The process was extremely straightforward. I just put the file into a USB pen drive, plugged it into the machine, and start. After, of course, I have sliced the file with a software and then also looked for islands that are pieces that are not supported. But anyway, maybe I will do a video about this in the future on what was my very first 3D printing experience from a beginner point of view. Maybe that could be useful for some of you. If you want to buy this 3D model, maybe you want to print it yourself, I will leave the link down in the description. The creator is called Ghamak. I will leave the link to his My Mini Factory, so maybe if you want to buy the STL file, you can go down there and check it out. For the last Eldar, a Warlock, now this time a proper Warlock, created from Games Workshop, but you may notice that this is not the base in which the model generally is standing. First of all, it is a 32mm basis, not a 25mm. which I think is dumb because he's a hero. Technically, heroes need a 32mm base, but don't worry, I also have another one exactly like this, and I would put on his normal base, but this one I wanted to do something different. Rule is written, technically speaking, line of sight is always onto the base of the model, not part of the model itself, unless it is a vehicle. So I decided, hey, why don't I do something a little bit, you know, not putting the model in the dead center of the base. And so this is the result. This was a resin crystal that was gifted to me by one of my friends at my local game store, and she was giving those for free because those were all misprints, so I decided to grab a bunch of them and use them as my like scenics and stuff for my bases, and this is one of them. Now technically this is not exactly what a crystal look like, I know, but I told myself, screw it, this is an alien world and crystals in this alien world look like this, who cares? And so I used a color shift paint from Green Stuff World. I just shoot it through my airbrush and this is the end result. I didn't do anything else. I just hedge highlighted this crystal with a silver paint in order to recreate light shining through it. And that's it. Then I've just glued static grass and paper plants onto it, painted the base, etc. And I have put the model onto it. And I think that this is a pretty cool model. The next and final project that I finish this month are this tiny animal miniatures that are from Burrows and Badgers. At least 4 out of 5, because this frog you see right now is the very first model that I have 3D printed. It came out extremely well. It came out better than the Warlock, Spiritseer, whatever, because I have used different setting for these miniatures. I also use a different resin. With the Warlock, Spiritseer, I use a transparent resin. This one is gray eco resin. And the result is even sharper and beautiful. But basically every miniature that has been 3D printed, after being painted, it will look like every other miniature casted in a traditional way, like this little frog, for example. Also, the other 4 animals are from Oatswo Miniatures. These are for the game Burrows and Badgers. You know, I love Burrows and Badgers. These miniatures are always something that I ended up painting because they are extremely relaxing and extremely easy and enjoyable to paint. Because you can do so many crazy things with them, and you can also practice with a lot of technique. Maybe dry brushing or wet blending, which is something that I practice a lot with these models because they don't have a lot of details in the sense that they are not like overwhelmed with details. Let's just say that they have details, but they are not overwhelmed, like miniatures from Games Workshop, for example. Just to give you a little example here, there are miniatures that have so many details, so many things attached to them that you just get lost sometimes. These models are extremely simple, but yet extremely beautiful and enjoyable to paint. And I paint them when I want to just have a break between projects, because they are so relaxing. I just put some nice and chill music and just go to town and paint some of them. And now, these were the last models that I had to paint of the first range of miniatures from Burrows and Badger. Recently there has been a Kickstarter. I also done a video in which I have unboxed the new miniatures from Burrows and Badgers. Also, there's a link up there or down there if you want to check it out again, which was called the Street of Newcastle, I guess. I don't remember, but I have a bag of them ready to be painted, and I will paint a lot of them. Can't wait to do that. They are so beautiful. I just love them. You know me. Alright, thank you very much, my friend. This is the end of the video. Let me know what you think about this model. Leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more. And I hope to see you really soon next time. I'm Cory. Ciao, ciao, my friends.